Well, here's an example of what happens when that rhetoric and that mentality is able to continue and grow on campuses. You have a female African-American student at UVA who is in a multiculturalism center at UVA, and she gets up and gives this speech that I think you should all hear. Please play clip 5.
Public service announcement. Excuse me. If y'all didn't know, this is the MSC, and frankly, there's just too many white people in here, and this is a space for people of color. So just be really cognizant of the space that you're taking up, because it does make some of us POCs uncomfortable when we see too many white people in here. It's only been open for 4 days, and frankly, there's the whole university for a lot of y'all to be at, and there's very few spaces for us. So keep that in mind. Thank you.
People are clapping for that, by the way, yelling. So here you have an African-American female at UVA, an elite school, that she feels comfortable telling a room full of people that there are too many white people in here, and you white people have many other places on campus to be, and we, meaning I suppose African-Americans, have very few places that are for us. I don't know what because they can go anywhere on campus, right? There's no separation on campus. But now we've reached a point where, and this is a real thing, and it was true when I was in college, and I'm sure even more true now, where inclusiveness means means that non-white students are allowed and welcome, of course, anywhere on campus, in any club, in any house, in anything. I mean, if you tried to challenge that, you'd be branded a racist and kicked off campus immediately. But there are places on campus where white students are not welcome or even not really allowed to be or go. And people would say, oh, but that's not true. And I'd say, okay, well, I remember when I was at Amherst, it was called the Charles Drew House, and you had to apply. And somehow the Charles Drew House, which was also the Black Student Union meeting house, was almost entirely, if not entirely, black students when I was there. I mean, there might have been 1 or 2 students who were not black, but it was very, very few. And I just, okay, so here's a better way to put it. Would I have been welcomed and felt comfortable applying to live in this house, which was campus housing? It's not a private association off campus housing. Would I have been welcome applying to that house? People would. This is where they would say, oh, of course, Buck. This is what Amherst College is. Of course you were No, I am not. Okay. I was there. People would have been like, why are you? They would have taken the opinion. Many students would have taken the opinion that this young woman has, which is why, you have so many places on campus. Why are you trying to take a space meant for, she says, a POC, a person of color? The left defends this stuff. If you try to nail them down on something and say, well, hold on a second, is this okay? They're, oh, but that's not really but ultimately, yeah, it is what happens. And they are okay with it. And they can pretend not to be when people are shining a light on the situation, but we all know at the end of the day that this is somehow wokeness, and social justice means that it's a problem for white students to be in certain places on campus that are not meant for white students, or where there can't be too many, as this woman says, white students. And here's how we can prove this theory out. Do you think that this student at UVA received any kind of, even a disciplinary warning? Do you think that the deans or any of the administrators or anyone brought her aside and was like, hey, probably not a cool thing to say there are just too many white people in this college, this college structure, the Multiculturalism Center? Probably not the way you really want to phrase it. No. I'd be willing to bet that no one said anything to her about this. Hey, Team Buck, thank you so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you like this video, please click that little thumbs up button so then it will log as liked. And also, if you want to see more great content from The First, please click subscribe.